Hi everyone, Jo here and welcome to today's YouTube for Wow Embossing Powder. For the month of August, we're celebrating, or we're really inspiring to show you how to use your pearl embossing powders. Now Wow have a huge selection of embossing powders, and one of those ranges are the pearl range. Now this looks clear and it looks white, but when you see this against black cardstock, it is amazing. I love it. I love you can get really good color on a black cardstock. So I've got the Catherine Pooler here. This background stamp. This is the Flourishes rubber stamp. I'm going to heavily coat this with the embossing pad. This is the ultra slow drying one. This is amazing and it is my favorite embossing ink. Now, I am going to be using an embossing buddy. With Wow, you usually don't need to with the anti-static properties it has in the jar and in the powders. However, I am dealing with black cardstock. I tend to err on the side of caution. Plus, I am here in Australia where everything seems to be humid 365 days a year. Now I've got like a little speed roller here because I want to apply an even amount of pressure, and I'm rolling on a scrap piece of copy paper here. Now check it out. You can see how good coverage I've got just by making sure that's evenly pressured. So I'm going to start off with the violet, and I'm going to have a scrap piece of paper which I folded in half to catch the leftovers, and this is going to be funneled straight back into the jar. It's the best way to use Wow embossing powders is to keep it in the jar. Now I don't know why, but I lost the footage, but here's a close-up of the purple on the black, or the violet on the black. You are going to see the heat embossing side of things with the blue one here. So I've just done the same thing. I've used the blue, and check it out. It is honestly like magic. I mean, embossing is already like magic. However, when you see the color transform in front of you and melt and set, it's amazing. And now they actually have a whole heap of the pearl range. I'm just showing you three. They've got green, they've got red, they've got metaline, they've got like a huge range, gold. So check it out. Have a look at the website. I'll put all the links in the product description below, and you will absolutely love what they have to offer. So check out our Facebook group as well. Our Facebook group actually has all inspiration, especially from our design team, and then we also hold a monthly challenge. So that monthly challenge gives the viewers, the customers, basically a chance to win a $15 gift card to the online store just by submitting your projects, like if it's according to the theme. So anything relating to that theme, you are in a chance. Just enter your picture in the album, and that album also has all the design team projects in there. You're going to love the inspiration. We also share it on our Instagram and our blog, and the design team members are creating some blog posts on this theme. So I hope you get to hop over the blog and enjoy the inspiration. Again, this is the red pearl. It's almost got like a pink tinge to it, but check out the transformation. Again, I never grow tired of this. Do you? I never ever grow tired of heat embossing. It's pretty much nearly on most of my projects. It's very rare that it's not. All right, and because I didn't get all that stamp on that, I will give that a little bit of a trim as well, and just check it out. Amazing. Now these are the panels up close. I am going to put them and adhere them all on a top folding white card base, and the sentiments I'm going to use are from the Stamp Market, and this one here is one of a kind. It has the best sentiments. I'm loving their font, and I'm loving this heat embossed with white, bright white opaque on vellum. So it is a vellum cardstock. It's a little bit thicker than normal vellum, and I'm actually going to change the heat setting on my heat tool on level 1. So it does take a little bit longer, but what I do with heat embossing on vellum is I tend to make sure my heat tool is good and hot. Then I will wave it over the vellum and also turn my heat away from it, so it's not going to burn. Vellum has that, it's a little bit sensitive, that cardstock. If you even use thinner cardstock, it's going to be more sensitive. So do watch your heat source and the setting, and also how long. So really move your heat tool over that vellum, and don't keep it on one spot. That's probably going to be my biggest tip for you when heat embossing on vellum. I know Verity and Jenny have done some awesome YouTube already on our YouTube channel with playing with vellum. Go check it out. I will link it to the product description below as well. Now see how I wave my tool. I am constantly moving it, and I am also making sure I'm moving my tool away from that. So there it is. Heat set really awesome. So it is a little bit of a fine art to try and nail that heat bossing. I don't nail it every time, let me tell you, but I was having a good heat setting day today. All right, so I'm just wrapping my cardstock around and just adhering that down with my Express It runner here. And I'm going to leave that as is, and then put on a white top folding card base. I do that for all 3 cards. I'm experimenting a lot lately with what type of runner I can get. I do want to get the best value for money. This Express It one, even though I really love it, it doesn't have refills. So I'm kind of figuring out what I want to use with my everyday camping crafting. I usually use tape. On film though, with my YouTube, I like the runners because it's quick. I'm not peeling tape off. So, you know, it depends on the mood and what's accessible. But at the time, I've been playing more so with this Express It tape that I got from my local craft store. Again, hidden embossing on the vellum. You got this, babe. Isn't it great? Love this sentiment. I'm just loving the stamp market altogether. I think they have really great florals and stamp sets and dies as well. All right, so wrapping this around, using my bone folder again to press it down, needing my tape runner to help with that, and then generously putting this tape all over the cardstock. There you go. All right. So these cards are actually easy, and my cards they don't tend to be really overly complicated anyway. I tend to make cards I can mass produce where possible, purely because I give a lot of these out as presents and sets to friends and family. So I tend to make them in sets where possible. And again, with the bright white opaque embossing powder. Now this is super fine. I love the super fine range, but you can also get them regular. You can choose what kind of powders you like in some of the powders available. My favorite is obviously this opaque bright white in super fine. I use that a lot, but that's because I use it a lot with watercoloring and details of sentiments, so that's my go-to. All right, a little bit of a tab with that tape runner on the back, but it's on the back, so you're not going to see it. All right. Just you've seen me in all 3 cards. I actually check my cards the right way up. I have got a really bad habit of taping it down the wrong way. So in my video and today's video, I was actually really conscious of the fact that I didn't want to tape this upside down. And then I actually fiddle around with this because I realized I didn't tape it down properly. So I'm going to, it wasn't straight. So here I am, I'm going to show you and keep this real, and I retaped that down. It wasn't hard at all. So I've just added some sequins. Now I strategically placed those sequins there and put some glue dots behind them so it helps with the vellum down. I didn't really want that vellum moving a lot, and there was a good chance it wasn't because of how much tape I used. But that is today's card creation. I hope you enjoy it. It's very quick cards, and I look forward to seeing and reading your comments and hearing from you. Have a great day.